Off a bye week, should have a little extra juice. Brian Massey is back deep for SMU. There he is, as we are ready to get underway. The Bearcats trying to make it 4 consecutive wins against SMU. And they'll have to tee it up again. It's a little bit windy down in the field and in the area here today. Quint Kessenich down in the field will give us a little bit of news regarding the weather in just a moment. SMU trying to snap its 3-game losing streak. They'll start with the ball on offense. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones. Chopping up alongside Robert Griffin. Quint Kessenich down on the field joining us in just a moment. The Bearcats going to start on defense. And Robert, in the wake of their best season ever, this year a little bit different, hanging their hat on their defensive unit.
Yes, it is. And everyone knows they don't have Sauce Gardner anymore. There's no more Brian Cook, no more Kobe Bryant, because they lost all these guys to the draft. But their defense is still getting sacks. They're still getting tackles for loss. And they're still the calling card for this team. And they have to go out and cover every blade of grass today.
1st and 10, Mordecai gets it to his tight end, R.J. Maryland, and a nice gain to the 32. Quint.
This is the time of year where everybody's banged up, and for Cincinnati, they'll be without Tyler Scott. 28 receptions on the season. Wide receiver showed up today in a boot. The medical staff put him through some agilities pregame. He could not get up to an acceptable level, so he is out. Ben Bryant does start at quarterback, Mark, after having a head injury against South Florida. And Rashee Rice for SMU, their wide receiver, in the lineup with turf toe. I think the weather's worth watching. 20 to 30 mile an hour winds from right to left. Should get worse as the afternoon goes on.
And right now, Q, that SMU offense putting a little bit of heat on that Bearcat defense, picking up the first down, that 7-yard carry, and going with a lot of tempo from the 42. Mordecai taking a shot, got a man. Rashee Rice couldn't hang on to it. It's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 as we take a look at Robert's keys to the game.
Yes, the keys today. We got Pacemaker. The Pace brothers, Ivan and Deshaun Pace for Cincinnati, have to have a big day today. They are the heart of the defense. Give me 50 feet. When Cincinnati's on offense, they want to get explosive plays. So SMU has to back up and let them play everything deep to short and then run like a Mustang. We've already seen that one today. SMU has to run the football. Every team that's played Cincinnati close has run the ball effectively and stayed committed to it for 4 quarters.
Mordecai completes the pass to Ben Redding, his big tight end, the 6-year senior, about 3.5 yards shy of that first down. And boy, SMU playing with a lot of pace and tempo right now. Robert, how important is that going to be throughout the course of the game?
Yeah, the most important thing for tempo is to get the first down, and they've already done that. So now they're keeping Cincinnati's defense on the field longer than they want to be. But these guys are going to throw the ball vertical because that's what they do.
3rd and 4, Mordecai, the Oklahoma transfer, looked like he was going to try and run, then fires incomplete at the 40-yard line. So 4th down and 4 coming up. And Mordecai runs back onto the field.
Timeout for injury.
We got a player shaking up down on the field. Number 90, Jabari Taylor, starting defensive end for Cincinnati, the 6'1", 280 grad student. There he is. Good to see him get up under his own power. Mentioned the importance of this Cincinnati defense. Those 3 guys up front regarded as their strength, according to the coaching staff. We're going to take a break and come right back after this.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged.
The opening quarter had an injury a moment ago to Jabari Taylor, one of the top players on that defensive line for Cincinnati. The Bearcats coming in 2-0 in conference play, 5-1 overall, and now these SMU Mustangs send in the punting unit. Brian Buchevsky, 6-footer out of Australia. And that's Ryan Montgomery, number 22, back on his own 16. Nose of the football down, end over end punt. A fair catch called at the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for quarterback Ben Bryant after that 35-yard punt. And Bryant came out of concussion protocol recently. And here's what he's done so far, folks. Averaging over 260 yards passing per game, 66% completion rate. Interesting story. Played 14 games at Cincinnati as a backup, then transferred to Eastern Michigan, passing for over 3,000 yards, and then returning to Cincinnati on January 7th and winning the starting job. He's Q-back 1, edging out Evan Prater, who's the backup. 1st down and 10. Bryant fires behind his receiver, but a good catch by Trey Tucker. Robert, who says you can't go back home again? They just got to leave the lights on.
Yeah.
That's incomplete, by the way, to Tucker.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Desmond Ritter's not walking through that door, right? And Ben Bryant took a sabbatical year at Eastern Michigan and came back. So this offense looks a little different. It's not as explosive down the field or with the running ability of the quarterback, but he is a good manager of the game and gets the ball out quick.
Got it out quickly that time to the 20-yard line, and that one's going to be caught for a 4-yard gain. And now they're going to say that's dropped too. So 3rd and 10 coming up in a blink. Remember, Quinn Kesenick said that Tyler Scott wasn't able to go today because of that foot injury. Yeah, clearly on the carpet. He had his back to us from 3 stories high from our broadcast position. Bryant with time had it tipped and incomplete. A quick, and I mean real quick, 3 and out for the Bearcats. The ball was tipped near the line of scrimmage.
And Mark, that's the worst possible scenario for Cincinnati. You come here, it's an early game, right? They've had to set their clocks forward all week to make sure they could acclimate themselves. The energy in the building, they have to bring their own because it's a road game. And you go 3 and out on your first drive. That is not what you want as an offense. They got to wake up and let their discipline and their talent show itself.
Roderick Daniels back for this punt at his own 31. Mason Fletcher, another Australian punter, has this one take a fortuitous bounce all the way into the end zone. It'll come out 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Let's go downstairs to Quinn.
That punt with the wind had rocket boosters. But I think the key factor here is, you mentioned Cincy coming off the bye, early kick, 11 a.m. local. Luke Fickell really paranoid this week. He got the guys up all week long for 7:30 a.m. meetings. They were out here an hour and a half before game time going through very vigorous warm-ups. And yet what happens in the first series? 2 drops and a quarterback whose pass gets blocked down at the line of scrimmage. A slow start for the Bearcats.
Yeah, shaky beginning, Q. That 84-yard punt, a career long, about 20-plus, coming on a bounce. Mordecai on the slant, incomplete for Rice. Robert, tell me about Rashee Rice, arguably their best offensive weapon, leads the team with 49 catches.
Oh, I mean, he is their best player for sure. And it's weird because everybody seems to have the dropsies right about now catching the football. But this guy will play on Sundays. We call him a Sunday guy, and we're not talking about ice cream.
Mordecai going to be sacked back at about the 17-yard line. Dante Corleone, one of the leaders of that defense. Set up a 3rd down and long coming up.
I mean, I wonder if Don Corleone's seen The Godfather.
Loss of 2 on the play. As long as you don't wake up and find a horse head in your bed.
Exactly.
T.J. McDaniel in a tailback. Mordecai looking to sling it. Dangerous out, and it's picked. Down to the 9-yard line. Raquan Bush. And it's 1st and goal. Who needs Sauce Gardner? Or Kobe Bryant. Wow. He got a jump on that, Robert.
Yes, he did. Arquan Bush. You're going to see him right here on your screen. He sees the receiver break, and he beats him to the football. When you have a guy like that guarding Rashee Rice, their best player, and he comes out and makes a play like that, that gives your entire team a boost. Arquan Bush, man, he showed up and showed that DBs can catch the football.
Hey, he's the 14th best cornerback prospect, according to our Todd McShay. Had a big game against the Mustangs last year. First and goal, taking a shot, Bryant into the end zone. A lot of bumping and grinding down the sidelines. Incomplete, intended for Nick Mardner, who was working against Sam Westfall. He's one of their better cover corners in the secondary for the Mustangs. It'll be second down and goal for Cincinnati, working with a short field after that interception.
And Westfall, Mark, knows that Nick Mardner is a weapon in the red zone at 6'6", 215 pounds. They like to get him the ball down here, as he has 9 catches and 3 touchdowns this season. So you know, in this area, they're really trying to get it to him.
They hand it off this time, and nowhere to go for Charles McClelland. It'll be third down and goal, a gain of 1 on the play. What do you like here for a play call if you're Cincinnati, Robert?
Honestly, what I would do is I would split out Josh Wiley. As you can see, their red zone numbers, 22 chances, 16 touchdowns, 3 field goals. They want that to be 22 touchdowns. But Josh Wiley has made a living at the tight end position, catching balls over smaller defenders. They haven't done it with him as much this year, but I would look at him right there in the slot.
He's in the slot. And Bryant sacked back at the 16. Nelson Paul, the best pass rusher, and there's evidence of it right there. Woo! He got a high motor, and he popped the clutch there, Robert.
Yes, he's their best pass rusher, and you see him right here make the inside move. They were trying to do a quarterback draw with Ben Bryant, which makes me wonder why. But at the end of the day, the defense comes up big on a change, sudden change from the offense turning the ball over, and this field goal is a victory for them.
Huge. Ryan Cohen to attempt this field goal from 31 yards out. He's 4 of 7 on the year. Coe gets it up and drills it through. Cincinnati able to get a field goal after that interception. Trying to make it 4 consecutive wins against SMU. Fans here at SMU enjoying the view from up on the hill. Back with more after this.
Wearing that jersey at his grandmother's insistence. This is a man who dealt with hate mail, death threats, and on-the-field targeting to become an NFL player.
Wow, great report, Q. Got so much respect for the Pioneers. First black athletes in any program, and some of the things outside of football they had to deal with, including death threats. Let's go back to the studio.
Guys, good afternoon. Matt Berry in your college football studio, AT&T 5G studio update. Stay with me. We have some highlights to show. This is not an Iowa offensive touchdown. Those are rare. Here's Joe Evans scoop and scores 7-3 over Ohio State early. UT Martin ties it up with Tennessee. Zoe Roberts on the end around. And in Clemson and Death Valley, the big one, Clemson and Syracuse, Will Shipley punches it in from 1 yard out. They are up on the Orange 7-0.
All right, back here, SMU going to run the football. A couple of yards on first down. Last time on the field, Tanner Mordecai got picked by Bush, setting up that field goal for Cincinnati. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Let's go back to Q for a little bit more on a Pioneer.
Yeah, Jerry is still alive. He's 76 years old. But the really cool thing, Austin Upshaw, wide receiver for this Mustang team, he wears 23 as a tribute to Jerry. So the legacy lives on in the number 23.
Boy, that is just awesome. And the number 23, symbolic of Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd.
Preach.
Love to take that to the field with you every time. Mordecai can't find the handle. Boy, SMU is going in the wrong direction, Robert Griffin III. 4th down.
Yeah, SMU is not doing a good job. One of their keys today was to stay on the field by any means necessary, whether it's running the football, throwing the football vertically like they like to do, but they're shooting themselves in the foot, whether it's a drop snap, an interception. Tanner Mordecai told us in the meetings he likes to let it rip. Right now, he's got to get a grip.
This punt into the wind by Krzyzewski. A high spiral. And a fair catch called back at the 37-yard line by Tyler Scott. 39-yard punt. Hey, our Saturday Night Football game has number 16 Penn State looking to bounce back against running back Mo Ibrahim and Minnesota. Coming up tonight, 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the app. Want to make a correction. That was Montgomery back on that last kick. Of course, Scott unable to go today.
And Mark, Mohamed Ibrahim was a Heisman candidate earlier in the season when they were undefeated. He's an extremely powerful back.
Looking forward to catching some of that game after this one. Got a whistle. That was Trey Tucker. Did they blow it dead?
Yeah, it's an incomplete pass because it was a push pass forward and he dropped it.
This game has not been very precise or clean so far.
It hasn't. You see that nice little push pass by Ben Bryant. Easy catchable ball there by Trey Tucker. Right now, it just seems like Cincinnati's offense is still on the bye week.
And SMU not much better, even though they played last week. 2nd down and 10. Bryant going to hand it off. Off tackle over the left side. That's Charles McClelland with a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, Mark, we talked about them still being on the bye week. Look at this. We got 3 drops. Yeah, that was a difficult catch right there, but this one right here is very catchable. Drops it. We got a drop right here by Rashee Rice, one of the best players on the field today. And then, of course, you had the one right there by Trey Tucker. These guys have to wake up. I know it's 11 a.m., but at the end of the day, this is football, baby. Come on, let's go.
Bryant on 3rd and 4. Little pressure, and they get to him. Back at the 33. Another sack. Levelston this time, the first one to get there.
Ooh-wee. I love that game they just ran up front to get to the quarterback. You're going to see them go in and out, and there's Levelston decided to level the quarterback. Ben Bryant's not a very mobile guy.
Right.
So if you give him free runners in the middle of the defense, he's not going to be as agile or mobile as a Desmond Ridder or even an Evan Prater. They have to do a better job of protecting him.
So 4th and long, they'll punt again. Mason Fletcher had an 84-yard punt last time with the wind at his back, end over end, airmailed all the way down to the 9. Wow, and great coverage inside the 10. Daniels brought down at about the 8-yard line. 77 yards on that punt, Robert.
I mean, these Australian punters are incredible, but we showed you the easy look for that defensive front. When we come back, I'm going to show you exactly why it worked. And DeVere Levelston, he makes sure that he collisions the left guard so that he cannot go off and tell the center right here who has to pass that off. Otherwise, you got 2 guys blocking 1, and DeVere Levelston gets a free shot at the quarterback. That's bad offensive line play, but equally good defensive line moves there.
Pass complete to Rice. There definitely levels to this.
Oh, man. Guys.
Look at the quarterbacks today, struggling, Robin.
Oh, man, 3 completions, sacked 3 times and an interception. I was excited coming to this game for the quarterback play. Right now, they are not living up to what they've done.
Sorry, Robert. TJ McDaniel around the left side of that offensive line. Carleone making the tackle on the 4-yard gain. SMU going fast again. Ball at the 24. Mordecai fires high, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up. Tell me about tempo and how these guys operate, Robert.
Yeah, you hear a lot of people talk about it, and it's, listen, it's different speeds for different needs. NASCAR is something that you're running the plays as fast as you possibly can, just trying to get them out there. But then you also have the check with me, where you get to the line of scrimmage, you get the defense to show what look they're going to be in, you look to the sideline, you get the best play from the coach. We'll talk about the other ones later throughout this game.
3rd and 6. McDaniel in the backfield. Little bootleg action, but well read by the defense. Hicks with the tackle, no gain. 4th down coming up. McDaniel making the catch, no gain. Under 7 minutes to go. Montgomery back at his own 38-yard line for Cincinnati. Both these offenses struggling right now. Cincinnati coming off the bye week. Reigning American Conference champs. There's going to be a flag. They ran into the punter, Pachevsky. The punt returned into SMU territory. Amarian Smith ran into the punter. 41-yard effort. Let's take another look.
Yeah, you're going to see him. He's right here. Number 27 coming off the edge just for no reason, guys. Didn't need to hit him. He wasn't going to get to the block. And he could have eased up on that one. And we're talking about a team in Cincinnati that has been uncharacteristically penalty happy over the last 3 games.
Running into the kicker, receiving team. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Well, Luke Fickell said that one of the areas of focus and one of the points of learning during the bye week was going to be discipline. And he points to the inordinate amount of penalties that they've had this year as one of the starting points, Robert.
Yes, he did. And he told us, look, they got to come out of the gates early and play well. Haven't done that. He said they got to play motivated and disciplined football. They haven't done that so far. And he said they got to stop giving up big plays. Now, they've done that as a defense, but right there, that could have been a critical mistake if it was 4th and 5 or 4th and 4. Luckily for them, SMU still going to punt the ball here.
Pachevsky got it off again, and in heavy traffic, fair catch called at the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. Let's go to the studio.
Jonesy, thank you. Time now for the IHG studio update. The Orange are in the end zone. The Syracuse Orange. Sean Tucker wheel routes. Tied at 7 in Death Valley late first quarter.
Boy, Dino Babers has done a spectacular job of coaching this year for the Syracuse Orangemen.
Yes, he has. Just when you think you can count him out,
yeah,
he comes back with an undefeated season so far. That's a great news for him.
Wouldn't doubt that he'd be a hot name to fill some coaching vacancies at the end of the season. Cincinnati going to run it on 1st down. Straight ahead, Charles McClellan, who had 2 touchdown runs against South Florida a couple of weeks ago, picks up about 4 or 5 on that. Shannon Reed making the tackle on the play. It'll be 2nd down coming up for the Bearcats.
And the Bearcats' running attack has been all over the place this year. They've had 3 different guys run for 100 yards in different games this season. But Charles McClellan has really emerged as the go-to guy, consistent back, can run it. And he wasn't even the first guy that really made Tanner Mordecai have to move there. But it's a group effort by these guys. I mean, I didn't know I'd be diagramming so much defensive prowess today.
Flex those muscles. End over end punt with the wind at his back this time. Fielded by Montgomery. 53 yards. Well, this is a swan song of sorts for Cincinnati, Robert.
Yeah, you talk about the little PJ that they took to Vegas this offseason, dropping off 9 different guys getting drafted. And when we talked to Coach Luke Fickell, he basically told us the guys that they have now have to understand that those were the guys that put in the work to get this program where they are. But those guys weren't you. You got to go out there every single week and prove it time and time again. And he's trying to instill that level of discipline and understanding into this year's team.
We deserve nothing, we earn everything, the words of Luke Fickell. As you see this ball busted over the left tackle mark.
A deserving run, Q. McClellan in the open space, taking it, cribbing it, touchdown. 76 yards and a burst across the Dallas grass.
My, oh my. Charles McClellan. His nickname is Chuck. Oh, man, and he was running angry like Charles Barkley right there, fellas. Number 72, James Tunstall, does an amazing job of sealing off the block, and then Charles just hits the boosters. I don't know. There must be something about that number 10 mark because he's looking good in it.
76 yards, Robert, a career long for him, his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. And Cincinnati up 17-0. McClellan averaging about 84 yards rushing per game. He got warmed up the right way, right,
Yes,
Robert?
he did. In pregame, they're trying to take the ball away from him, making sure he's got the ball security, and it paid off on this run. High and tight, get through, no ankle tackles on me, son. You're going to have to try to run me down, but you're not going to do it today. Charles McClellan showing him that he's got what it takes to be a big-time back.
Welcome back, everyone, to Ford Stadium here on the campus of SMU. The Bearcats jumping out to a 17-0 lead just underway here in the second quarter. An uphill climb already for SMU.
Oh, wow.
Mustangs trying to snap their 3-game losing streak. This is Massey on the kick return. Out to about the 23, where it'll be first down and 10 for Mordecai in the offense. Lots of festivities going on down the hill.
Hey, man, I wish my 3 daughters were here right now. They'd be on that hill just sliding down over and over, grass stains on the knees and everything.
Yeah, man. Homecoming weekend. Problem is with homecoming, Cincinnati in here with their feet all up on the couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the most hospitable homecoming guests.
Yeah, they trying to take food off their plate.
First down and 10. Mordecai fires high, and I mean real high. Jordan Curley, the intended receiver. Let's go downstairs to Q.
You got to wonder if some of those kids on the hill are the sons or daughters of head coach Rhett Lashley, who's got 2 pairs of twins. Casey Woods, their OC, has 4 kids. And Scott Simons, their DC, has 4 kids. And the way this game is going, they probably want to get away from mom and go play on the hill.
Man, that might be the move, Q. You're right in tune with that. As a girl dad yourself. Second down and 10. Mordecai under heat. Retreating. Ivan Pace runs him down from behind. That's going to be a collar penalty.
It's throwing short screens. We'll see if they do it here.
They've only run for 6 total yards today. This out pattern complete to Austin Upshaw out of LaPorte, Texas, but far shy of the first down, and a smattering of a chorus of boos cascading down from the stands on the offense.
You know, Mark, when we went into the meeting with Tanner Mordecai and SMU this week, we got this sense that they were upset about what happened last year. Right? 41-0. It's essentially a blowout the entire game. They got dominated. They wanted to come out here today and right all those wrongs. And right now I feel like they're trying too hard. Mordecai's been high on a lot of throws. He's been low on some throws. They got to calm down and get their defense to step up big for him here.
Here's the punt. And it stops dead at about the 15-yard line. First and 10 for the Bearcats from there. 51-yard punt. Nothing on the return. Last time Cincinnati had the ball, McClellan took it in for a touchdown. We'll be back with more amongst these stunned faces in Dallas. 17-0. Charles McClellan in the backfield. Bryant with plenty of time. Clean pocket, delivers incomplete. A little bit of contact, but no flag intended for Will Pauling. And let's take a look at today's road test, brought to you by Goodyear. Cincinnati won last year, 42-13. Desmond Ridder now with the Atlanta Falcons. Put up some numbers, as he always did a year ago. 4 touchdowns, Robert.
Yeah, and this was their last meeting at SMU, which was in 2020. So they've really come to this place and made it their home every time they've been here.
They're going to run the ball this time. McClellan picks up about 4. Phillips Jr. making the tackle on the play. McClellan had a couple of touchdowns last week, 2 weeks ago against South Florida. They've won 18 consecutive games in conference, Cincinnati. These guys are rolling and really have become the beacon for the American Conference.
Yeah, they have. They are the great hope, right, to get into that college football playoff, and they lost their first game this year, so most people believe that those hopes are now gone.
3rd down and 7. Bryant drills one complete to his tight end, and that's going to be another reception and another first down on the play. Boy, that was a nice looking throw, a 20-yard gain, and a catch at the other end by Blue Smith.
Ooh, Blue Smith went up and got that one. Seems like both quarterbacks are a little high in their deliveries today, but it helps when you got a tall receiver like that.
They keep it on the ground this time. McClellan gets about 3 yards.
You know, McClellan's got a great story as well. He's torn both ACLs in his knees. And to see him run the way that he did right there, and now he's over 100 yards rushing on the day, which is his 2nd straight 100-yard rushing game, his 3rd this season, and the 5th of his career, just shows you guys, hey, just because you have a setback doesn't mean the comeback can't be greater.
Bryant gets rid of it quickly, incomplete to Paulding. Robert, let me ask you this. A lot of expectations coming into the year, coming off their best season in school history, going to the college football playoff. But what does it do when you're a little bit deflated after losing that opener against Arkansas?
Yeah,
mentally, what does it do to you?
Yeah, their whole process is about getting to that college football playoff. And then this year they came in saying, we're not just going to get there, we're going to make some noise. And that was all swept away with that first loss of the season against Arkansas. That's why Coach Fickell has had to work on their motivation, their focus, and their discipline, because what they've been aspiring to do since the entire offseason is no longer attainable.
Leonard Taylor in motion, now sets to the left. Bryant fires to the aforementioned Taylor, makes the catch, broke a couple of tackles, but let's see where they spot this. It's going to be short of the first down by about a yard, out near midfield at the 46, a 6-yard gain. Do you go for it here, or do you punt it away?
If it's me, I'm being aggressive and I'm going for it.
Right.
Right, you got them down 17-0. It's 4th and 1. You're about at midfield. Trust your offensive line. Your running game has been extremely effective. Obviously, Charles McClellan is playing a really great game. You got to be able to get 1 yard in this situation.
They're 5 of 7 on 4th downs this year. Kiner in the backfield. Couple of tight ends, single back set, little ace formation. Kiner driving forward. I'm not sure he got it. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be short of the first down, and the Mustangs will take over on downs. That defensive front impervious. Woo! 1st and 10, and maybe this is the spark, the catalyst they've been looking for.
100%. And it's their leader on defense, Jimmy Phillips, in the game that comes in there and shuts down Corey Kiner before he can even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, when you're aggressive on offense and you trust your guys and you go for it on 4th down, if you don't get it, now you're leaning on your defense. And as we said at the beginning of this broadcast, the defense for Cincinnati has truly been their strength. But for SMU, if you want the fans to stay here and you want to get back into the game, that's the way you start.
Here we go with 8:37 to go. Do they take a shot here? Mordecai on the throwback. They got a man on the post. Caught by Rice. 1st and goal. Actually, that's Curley down there. Curley with a great grab, 43 yards. 1st and goal, and they're up on the snap quickly.
Oh, they're doing tempo, but I can't wait to show you that play. It was beautiful.
They run it. Touchdown. T.J. McDaniel.
Anytime you have a big play, you follow it up with some tempo when you're an up-tempo offense like SMU. But watch T.J. McDaniel ride the wave and just fall ever so slightly into the end zone.
Wow. In 3 plays, they changed the tone and the tenor of this game. The stop on 4th down, 2 plays later, a touchdown, and now the extra point. It is homecoming, right? 17-7. McDaniel gets his team back in it. Robert will break it down on the other side of this.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual.
To run a shot play. So right here, they run a nice flea flicker and have the receivers run a deep cross with a post over the top. And you got to watch this guy right here, because when the quarterback sees him take this defender, he knows, hey, I'm throwing the ball way over there. And as Tanner Mordecai said, I like to let it rip. Jordan Kelly goes up, jump man, jump man, jump man. That boy was to something. Tanner Mordecai, you got your wish, buddy. Great throw.
16 touchdown pass of the season for him against 6 interceptions. And Mustangs back in this football game. The 1st and 10, Cincinnati from the 25 back to the studio. What do you got?
Oh, things are developing in Clemson. Jonesy, IHD studio update here. The fumble by DJ Uiagalelei. Jahad Carter picks it up, scoops and scores. Syracuse now has a 14-7 lead. That was Clemson's first red zone turnover of the season. What a play.
Boy, Dino Babers has his team ready to play, being very opportunistic there. Syracuse looking to remain undefeated.
As they say, when you're hot, you're hot.
Let's see how Ben. Yeah.
No, I'm saying Dino Babers and Syracuse are scalding right now.
Ben Bryant, let's see how the Bearcats counter. Bryant hits his man, incomplete, dropped by Trey Tucker. All here in SMU campus, right in Dallas. They do it big in Texas, but they're doing it even bigger right now in the state of New York. The Bills, the Yankees, Giants, Jets, and Syracuse on the map right now, ranked 14th.
Yeah, those last three, no one was expecting that. Nope, nope, nope. But guess what, people? There's a lot more parity in college football and a lot more parity in the NFL. It's great for both leagues.
Another out pattern, this one complete. Charles McClellan showing off his receiving skills out of the backfield. Let's see where they spot this. Looks like it's going to be more than enough for the first down, 11-yard pickup. And it looks like Massey is going to be limping off the field there, the starting safety.
Yeah, and if you're Cincinnati, you've got to snatch the momentum back. Don't get complacent. Listen, it's 17-7. This is always a game. Now you got to enforce your will.
All day for Bryant. And overshoots his receiver, Wiley. Well, coming in this week on Sunday NFL Countdown with the Giants off to their best start in more than a decade. One-on-one with Daniel Jones, plus can't miss story that you have to see to believe about the Dolphins' secret weapon in their pursuit of perfection 50 years ago. Kick off your Sunday with NFL Countdown at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. Boy, 1972, was it that long ago? Perfect team.
I wasn't alive then.
Shaden Thompson on the outside. So no one's is anyone undefeated right now in the NFL? Nobody's undefeated. Right?
Only the Philadelphia
Oh, I'm sorry,
Eagles.
my bad. That's right. So that means when they lose their first game, not if, but when they lose their first game, the Miami Dolphins 1972 team will get together and pop some bottles, which is their custom and tradition.
Philly fans ain't going to be showing you no love, Mark Jones. Oh, they're bringing it now. They're bringing it. You done messed up.
They already felt that way about me. 3rd and 4. From the 42. Quick 3-step drop complete. That's Mardner. You know, Mardner, as I mentioned, from the outskirts of Toronto, Mississauga, Ontario. He had to educate Trey Tucker, one of his teammates, about candies in Canada, because Tucker told me he heard that the candy up there is pretty good on one of their all-access episodes. And he said, we don't have M&Ms up there in Toronto. We have something called Smarties. It's like our version of the same thing. Kind of a McDonald's deal, you know?
Really?
Smarties? It's all chocolate. It's all good, though, Robert. Bryant eludes the rush, launches one to Mardner. Jump ball! And dropped in the end zone. Man, working against Westfall. Would have been a great payoff there.
Yeah, Nick Martiner, maybe he should have had some Smarties. He could have made that catch right there. Because I know Smarties is like the sweet tart thing. You're talking about chocolate. But right here, a little bit of a hold there by Sam Westfall. They didn't call it, so it is what it is. But I guess maybe the hand fighting by both of them at the top there prevented them from throwing a flag for defensive pass interference. But if you're Nick Martiner, 6'6", 215 pounds, you traveled all the way here from Canada, you got to make that catch.
I'm going to take you to Toronto one day. Two of us hang out. Bryant just 8 of 18. Gets it out quickly, incomplete. A poor throw intended for Charles McClelland. And the Cincinnati offense sputtering on that play. 3rd and 10 coming up, Robert. What do you like here if you're calling plays? Bryant Montgomery in the backfield.
Well, normally in these 3rd and 10 situations, their go-to guy is Trey Tucker, but he's had a couple drops today. So now you're going to see them use Josh Wiley as a distraction. Oh, they got a free play.
Bryant down the sidelines. Caught at the 13 by Jaden Thompson. Great grab by Thompson. A 34-yard gain if it stands.
Offside. Defense, number 58. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is first down.
That's why you take the free one, right?
Exactly. Listen, Ben Bryant does not have the same skill set as Desmond Ridder. But what he does do at the line of scrimmage is operate like a tactician. He gets the defensive line to jump off sides, and they take the free shot down the field. Jaden Thompson makes him right. I absolutely love that. I don't like it when offensive linemen just touch the guy, they get the free 5 yards. Let me get the free play. Throw it down the field, feel good about myself, and get one of my receivers going if he makes the play.
Amen. 5:35 to go in the first half. They're going to run it with McClelland. Good move, and stopped up at about the 7. That's where his forward progress got to.
There it is right there. You see the offsides, and then it's like, hey, man, just pick a guy and throw it to him. You got a free play. Doesn't matter what happens. And this is why receivers play wide out and DBs play DB. They can track the ball short. It's always better to underthrow a ball than to overthrow a ball because at least your receiver has a chance to make a play on the ball.
He did right there. A 5-yard gain on that first run by McClelland. He gets it again and probably got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard on the play. 3rd down coming up. Brandon Crossley, senior out of Dallas, Texas, making the tackle for SMU. So another 3rd down coming up for Luke Fickell. They like Josh Wiley historically, the big target at 6'6".
But that was with a different coordinator and a different quarterback. So right now they've got him in line, essentially in a wing position right here.
We're going to get a timeout, Cincinnati first, before they snap it.
They called timeout because they had a touchdown there.
Snap. Timeout.
I don't know why.
They burned their first of 3. When we come back, a little Monday night retro for you.
Clemson, we'll show you how they got there. Plus, Ohio State kind of struggling a little bit with Iowa in that defense. We'll show you highlights. Plus, I know what happened with the Baylor offense. They read one of Robert's motivational tweets. They said, this is our week. We're about to explode. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway join me coming up on the Lexus Halftime Report.
Oh, yeah, Robert was this week on Twitter. He was preaching like T.D. Jakes, man. He was putting a T.D. in T.D. Jakes. Here we go on 3rd and 5 for Bryant. Under pressure, throws it away. And 4th down coming up. Good heat from Brian Massey and Jalen Samuels.
Yeah. And guys, right there, that's where they missed that athleticism of Desmond Ridder. He's going to come through. He's right here. They're going to do this similar stunt, and it's the inside guy this time. Jalen Samuels, number 11. Coaches raved about him. Said he's an NFL-type guy. Body type, explosive. He plays only on 3rd downs because they think that's the only thing that he can really handle right now. And you saw exactly why right there. Got to the quarterback in a hurry.
Ryan Coe from 25 yards out knocks it through. And they get 3, not 7 in the red zone again. And they lead 20-7. Hey, folks, here's our Week 7 Monday Night Football matchup. The Bears are in Foxborough to take on the Patriots, who've won 2 straight games, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, on ESPN, Deportes, and the ESPN app. Peyton and Eli also back on ESPN2. Our coverage beginning with Monday Night Countdown at 6. Don't forget to catch up my man, Robert Griffin III, as part of that show. And the man in the middle, Don Meredith, attended SMU. I remember watching those 3 guys growing up Monday nights and hearing Dandy Don singing Turn Out the Lights with Howard Cosell and Frank Gifford. O.J. Simpson was once part of Monday Night Football as well, part of that iconic cast. And what do you mean? Would you rock one of those yellow jackets right now?
Oh, come on now. We got to get you one of them jackets, brother.
Hey, I could make it work.
I know we could make it work. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Hashtag Drip Squad. Little over 4 minutes to go. Fumbled on the kickoff by Massey. Picks it up and runs it out to the 24-yard line. Back in the day, that's just the way they got down on ABC's Monday Night Football. Used to wear those jackets with the patch, branding, merchandise. Robert, it's not the Calvin Klein that I got on now, Robert.
I love the yellow. I love the yellow. I think once a year we should break out the retros. Some big collar shirts, maybe some big paisley, some bell bottoms, Jonesy.
Did he say some bell bottoms?
I'm too young to remember.
Hey, we're going
European before Monday Night Football back when Howard was hosting.
Everything's got to be European fit now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, slim fit, skinny fit.
You take a couple steps, you might think your pants might split.
You don't want too much material going to waste, Q. Come on now. Maybe just once. Mordecai in the flat, complete out to the 23-yard line. Caught by McDaniel. No gain on the play. 2nd and 9. But that Monday night crew felt like they were right in your home when it came time to listening and watching. Cosell, Gifford, and tell me about butterfly collars, man. You remember?
I don't know nothing about butterfly collars.
They came like wide, like 70s, man, like wide.
Oh.
Like you could take them out of your jacket and fly with them things. Yeah.
Okay. You got to educate the young brother.
Yeah, that's right. That pass complete to the 32-yard line. I thought maybe you'd seen it on YouTube or something. You know what I mean?
You think they had them on YouTube?
Yeah. Well,
hey, I had to learn how to tie this tie on YouTube.
4th down and 1 coming up for the Mustangs. Tell you what, I remember watching one of SMU's greats on Monday Night Football a bunch of times. Eric Dickerson, Hall of Famer, 6'2", 225. Wore those iconic goggles when he was running the ball through, over, and around linemen and DBs. Guy had crazy speed as well.
Oh, Eric Dickerson was an all-around back now. Now, I do know a little about Eric Dickerson. My dad made sure I watched, his highlights on the VHS tapes.
On the VHS?
Back in the day. They didn't have CDs, you know what I mean? So, and YouTube didn't really exist when I was growing up in the 90s.
Hey, man, your dad did you right on that, okay? Our Saturday Night Football game has number 16 Penn State looking to bounce back against Mo Ibrahim. And Minnesota coming up tonight, 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. Minnesota, Penn State. 4th down and 1 coming up from the 32-yard line with 2:38 to go in this first half.
There's been a lot of these situations in this game. 4th and short, you're on your own side of the field. What do you do? Do you go for it? If you don't get it, you kind of put yourself in a bad position defensively. But I understand a little bit of the desperation of SMU right now, knowing that this game's really not going the way they want it to.
Okay.
But their defense did just come up with a big stop.
They've gotten a little momentum back. And now the Mustangs are going to call another timeout. They're second of 3. They've got 1 remaining. Cincinnati with 2 left. Folks, let's take a look at the Taco Bell Live Más student section. Student sections across the country are competing to be the Live Más student section of the year all season long. And, you know, part of the great element of attending a football game here at SMU is being able to sit up on the hill and chill a little bit, watch the game. Saw the kids sliding down a moment ago, and everybody kind of grouped up in the shade right now, in the shade of the big scoreboard to our right. And that's not all, but Robert, you are a man of the people when it comes to college football, man.
They tried to get me to do the pony up, and my hand just wouldn't form the, you know, the signal, so I had to go with the Sick'em Bears.
Okay. 4th down, they go for it and get the first down. That is a big conversion. You were with Peruna there.
Yeah, Peruna. You know, very hospitable.
Yep.
Didn't poop on me.
Mordecai downfield off the hands of Rice and out of bounds. And yeah, their mascot had a little incident on the field a couple of weeks ago, right? And had to clean up after him. The handlers had to come back and clean up after him.
Yeah,
it happens.
It happens. The horse is running on the field. He's like, first of all, why am I out here? Why are you running me across the field after some scores? And they had to clean it up.
Mordecai trying to clean up the offense. Pass complete. Forward progress going to be at the 44-yard line, a couple of yards shy of that first down. Peruna leaving his markings behind, if you know what I mean, a couple of weeks ago, Q.
Nobody wants to put their hand down on the turf into a pile of that.
Yes.
Peruna's just chilling out in the corner today. She runs out after SMU touchdowns. And you think about, like, I'm surprised they don't have a bucket and a shovel down there ready for her, as Bevo does. You know, we saw the Bevo OU bucket and the shovels constantly. If you're SMU, whose logo would you put on the bucket?
Hey, great point, Q. On the run, big time, strong run by Levine. Put his hat down and earned those yards, all 9 of them. 1:24 to go. Colin Rogers has a strong leg, but they might be thinking about 6 with this much time remaining. Good move on the sideline. That's Daniels Jr., and he picks up another first down.
And now SMU is operating their offense. They're getting easy completion plays for Tanner Mordecai. He's keeping his base small and using an easy, simple delivery, getting the ball to his guys in space.
Hands it off again to Levine. Levine moves the pile down to about the 31-yard line. 1 minute to go in the first half. Colin Rogers has 52-yard range, so they're well within his field goal range right now. Mordecai drills one complete. They're going to mark it at the 20-yard line. Daniels with the catch, hung on to it. An 11-yard gain, 1st and 10.
You know, they really like Roderick Daniels. This is a guy that's shifty, plays in the slot. You see him right there making those tough contested catches, and as a quarterback, that gives you the confidence to throw the football over the middle, knowing that he's going to come down with it and he's not afraid of contact.
See what happens in the red zone. Mordecai hands it off. Wheaton got some jets, reaching, lunging, short of the end zone by mere inches. First and goal, Mustangs.
Oh, Mark, that is the Kamar Wheaton that they were expecting to see from Alabama. Recovering from that knee injury there and showing some explosiveness.
We got a whistle, and Luke Fickell calls timeout. Cincinnati burns one of its 2 remaining timeouts.
Yes, and if you're wondering, watch this cut. He gets vertical and he goes for the touchdown, but you'll watch right here, his knee goes down right about there. Knee is down short of the goal line.
Real short.
But you can't say that his hunger for the end zone wasn't there.
Thirsty. 1st and goal coming up. They've got the ball marked just inches from the end zone, and What does a touchdown do for SMU going into the locker room, Robert, at this point?
Immediate morale boost. Okay, you said thirsty. They're thirsty for touchdowns like Thursday Night Football has been the past couple of weeks. Not this week.
Facts.
It was good.
Right.
But they know, hey, if we can go into the half only down by 6, that's a victory for the way this first half went. Our defense has stepped up big and made Cincinnati kick field goals in the red zone. Right? Not every time, but they've made them kick field goals in the red zone, especially when they put them in really bad situations. So if you're SMU and Tanner Mordecai, you're like, hey, whew, this would be a relief to come away with 7 points here and make it a game in the second half.
Yeah, and if you're Cincinnati, you're a little bit frustrated because you've seen this before. A couple of weeks ago, they were unable to put their opponent away, although they did earn the win. Playing against University of South Florida, they won it 28-24. SMU has one timeout remaining. First and goal. Rice is split to the top of your screen. Wheaton in the backfield. Into the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs. Curley with the catch and the score. And they are right back in it here on homecoming weekend.
Everybody in the stadium thought that they were going to throw the ball to Rashee Rice. But they did a beautiful job of running the in and out route. Getting the double-double by Jordan Curley. And when it's homecoming, you need those kind of plays to keep everybody in the stands.
6-point ball game now. Tell me about this in and out combo.
They bring him on a motion, right, and make it seem like he's going to go it down the block, and then he comes right back out. The corner is a little confused. J.Q. Hardaway did it the hard way. And Jordan Curley right there said, put the crown on me. Hey, my name is Jordan. You know I can ball.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there's Peruna. We see you. Didn't leave any droppings either.
I think Robert could beat. You can take her. You can take her.
Oh, Peruna?
I saw you beat that bird, man.
Hey, man, that hawk.
That horse. They got a chance against you.
That hawk in Seattle didn't want none of it.
You retired him.
He's put all the other live mascots on notice. So
you got too much smoke for Peruna right there.
Peruna saw me walking up.
Making a career out of racing a hawk with clipped wings. I love it.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Q.
You thought so, too. Okay.
Hey, man, that hawk didn't have clipped wings. It just ain't never seen a griffin.
They can fly 76 miles an hour.
140 miles per hour.
Cincinnati. That is his first unsportsmanlike conduct foul. That foul will be assessed on the kickoff.
Okay, now I'm going to go back to something we showed a little bit earlier about not calling unsportsmanlike conduct. When they do finally call it, you have to think and assume that it was well deserved. Because the first time we saw their patience on display and their understanding on display, but this time they actually call unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bearcats.
And that's what you want to see from the officiating crew. We talked about it earlier. They communicate to the players, this is not what's going to be acceptable. If they come back and do it again, you throw the flag. That's not making it about you. That's about keeping the game within the confines of the rules, and I love to see that.
Part of the discipline that has been preached invariably and inexorably this week by Luke Fickell during the off week. So at 21 seconds to go, they'll kick off from midfield. Boy, this game turned on a dime. It all turned with that 4th down stop by the Mustangs defense. 2 plays later, they were in the end zone, and now they're within 6. First and 10, Cincinnati from their own 25.
You know, Mark, that's what happens when you play with the analytics, right? I was on board with going for it near midfield. You punt that away, what are you giving up? Maybe 20, 30 yards, depending on how good your punter is. But at the end of the day, if the analytics tells you to go for it and you don't get it, then these can be the consequences of it. Sometimes we need to not rely so much on the analytics and just go with our gut and punt the ball.
Well, Cincinnati's going to take a knee, Robert, and go into the locker room up by 6. They'll receive the kick to start the third quarter, too. Bearcats trying to keep that 3-game winning streak against SMU alive, but boy, the Mustangs and Coach Lashley got a mental makeover in the dying moments of the second quarter going into the locker room.
Yeah, Mark, and we talked about those analytics in fourth down.
Right.
Well, SMU got extremely aggressive on that last drive. They had 2 fourth-down conversions that set up that touchdown to put them down by 6 going into the half.
Coming up big, Ben Bryant has a close to start the third quarter of play as we revisit your keys, Robert Griffin III.
Yes, we talked about it, pacemaker. Well, the Pace brothers really haven't had that great of a day. They had a penalty for 15 yards on Ivan Pace and only 6 tackles between them. Give me 50 feet. Got to back up. Don't give up these big plays. Well, Tanner Mordecai's 43-yard touchdown or pass to Jordan Curley really set up a touchdown for them and helped them get back in this game and then run like a Mustang. Unfortunately for SMU, it hasn't been them who've been running like Mustangs, but it's been Charles McClellan. He's outgained them on his own. He has 109 yards rushing. They only have 45 as an entire team.
Good news for the Bearcats. They get the football to start the third quarter. Tucker and McClellan back deep. This is going to be McClellan, the up man, still on his feet and out across the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 37. And here's what it looks like, Robert.
Yeah, I can tell you, but when you see it, it makes it sing even more. There's the horse collar tackle, the penalty by Ivan Pace. Then here's the flea flicker. They were supposed to back, give him 50 feet. But there's Jordan Curley, jump man. He is up to something. And then here's the run like a Mustang. Charles McClellan wearing that beautiful number 10. Nobody's stopping him. And unfortunately, not even the Mustangs.
Hey, man. Slow feet don't eat. 124 rushing yards for Cincinnati so far to just 45 for SMU. 1st down and 10 for the Bearcats, the reigning American Conference champs. And a run by Corey Kiner up the middle. Picks up 6. Robert, how does Cincinnati go about reestablishing themselves, getting back into some semblance of an offensive flow to get the momentum back in their favor?
Well, I think what they have done effectively is run the football. But what I want to see them do is take more shots down the field. I know their fans are saying the same thing. When you have Charles McClellan really grinding and the offensive line is owning the line of scrimmage, you have to be able to hit these deep passes down the field. And Trey Scott, number 1, has to continue. I mean, not even continue. He has to begin to start making plays for them. He's had dropsies all day. But Uncle Mo's been going back and forth between these teams the entire first half.
Yeah, Trey Tucker, you bring up a good point, has not seemed like his usual reliable self in the football game so far. 3rd down and 1 coming up. Corey Kiner in the backfield. It's going to be Kiner on the call. Oh, it's going to be close. I'm not sure that he got it. They give him a propitious spot, a very favorable spot. Shannon Reed with a big stick there with a tackle on Kiner.
Mark, you pulling out your SAT words,
hey,
huh?
now, it's game time. A very favorable spot.
Yeah, there you see Corey Kiner. Oh my Lord, I don't know about that one. He definitely didn't get the 1st down on that one.
Kiner in the backfield. Bryant on the move.
Oh.
And gets out of bounds. Flag down. Bryant dragged down. And we're going to have a penalty on the defense here.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Oh, that's the first SMU penalty today. That's the 2nd horse collar tackle.
Yeah, it's like
we've seen.
Come on, Gary Wiley. I know you play for the Mustangs, but you can't be grabbing on the horse collar there. We just saw that by Ivan Pace in the first half, and he's sitting over here talking about giddy up.
Yeah, not the way to go. From the 38. McClellan in the backfield to the right of Bryant. Takes the handoff, and McClellan It's going to get down to about the 35. Let's go down to Quint. Q?
Two teams, one tunnel. I got to tell you, the behavior going on and off was better than we're seeing right now out on the field. If you're Luke Fickell, you're looking for the killer instinct. Okay, this is a different team that went to the college football playoffs. Can you develop that killer instinct? For Rhett Lashley, it's all about finishing. Okay, they have not finished games this season in their 3 losses. They have not played strong second halves. Jabari Taylor, DN for Cincy, he's out with a hammy. And the wind, the gale force winds that we advertised, they really haven't shown up here.
Hey, that's good news, I think, Q.
Well, it's windy, yes, but it's nothing past like 15 miles an hour. So it's difficult on deep balls and for the kickers, but otherwise I don't think it's had very much impact.
Saw a couple of long punts earlier today by punters punting towards that end of the field with the wind at their back.
And guys, we got to remember that wind is up high on the stadium. This fishbowl kind of eliminates some of that wind, but maybe when these balls get thrown higher into the sky, that's when the wind is truly affecting them.
Taylor in motion, gets it. Great move. Oh, hit him with some sauce and makes it down to the 31-yard line. Leonard Taylor at 6'5". I just want to know, Robert, can you get some fries with that shake? That was a heck of a move.
He's had 2 runs today that are uncharacteristic of a 6'5", 255-pound man.
Yes.
Watch him right here. How many times do you see a tight end get a push pass or, oh, right there, gets the ball? I mean, hit him with the, he must have played basketball or something, because he hit him with a nice crossover and got vertical with it.
3rd and 3, trying to keep this drive alive, and Kiner is not going to make it. And let's see if they go for it here on 4th down. Going to be about a yard short. Within field goal range for Ryan Coe. Kiner off to the sidelines. And they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. McClellan comes back in.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well assume that all teams are going to go for it on all 4 downs in today's game, whether it's the analytics or the coach just wanting to be aggressive. More and more teams are acting like they don't need a punter.
McClellan in the backfield. Oh, we're going to have a little motion on the Bearcats.
False start. Offense. Number 60. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. That's been the popular refrain by head coach Luke Fickell all of the last 2 weeks. They had a bye last week, trying to help them be better.
Oh, right here, there's the culprit. Right on the edge. SMU has been doing these shifts by their defensive line just before the ball gets snapped. And a lot of times when that happens, they might scream out, ha, huh, and they're trying to get the offensive lineman to jump off sides, and they've been successful.
Can you repeat that? What did they say? Okay.
Gosh.
They really make those kind of noises?
Timeout.
Yeah, they really do.
Ha! Huh. Good God.
Good God, y'all.
4th and 6 when we come back.
Can I help you?
I wanted to mail this.
Check your cholesterol. 4th and 6. They're going to go for the field goal from 52. Ryan Coe got it up in the air. Got it through. Ryan Coe, who coach says can go up to 55 yards, that time with ease from 52.
That bad boy looked like it would have been good from 72. I mean, holy cow, Ryan Coe from McDonald, Pennsylvania. And I can only imagine back there they're saying, I'm loving it.
Yes. A career long of 53. That one went 52 in the air. And Ryan Coe gives his team a 9-point lead. So that's what it looks like, folks, to see a field goal kicker come in on 4th down and actually attempt a field goal. You see more and more the trend in college football is teams going for it. Well, this season, Allstate will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by celebrating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. Mark Jones alongside Robert Griffin III chopping it up with Quint Kesenick down to the field here on the next to last Saturday in the month of October. Wow, we're already pretty much 2 months plus. We started late August, Robert.
Yeah.
You and I and Quint.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we started off in Atlanta with the HBCU Classic. And it was the MEAC SWAC Challenge. And boy, shout out to Coach Prime and Jackson State doing a job this year. And I know that Shedeur Sanders has been on a bunch of your lists.
Yes, he has. And that list, to be more specific, is the Heisman list. Hey, man, just because you're an HBCU school doesn't mean that your players can't be in the running for the Heisman. We also got Lindsey Scott Jr., who's over at Incarnate Word. Most people don't even know where that school is at.
San Antonio?
It is in San Antonio, and he's doing an amazing job. Has 32 touchdown passes this year. So both of those guys are on my Heisman list, and they're having one heck of a season.
Hadn't heard much about Lindsey Scott until you brought his name up recently. First down and 10 for SMU. Tanner Mordecai is competitive a guy as Brett Lashley has ever seen, and he's going to be sacked back at the 12-yard line. There's a flag down as well. That was Ivan Pace, showing you why he's one of the leaders of that defense. That's going to be a hold.
Holding. Offense. Number 71. That penalty is declined. Second down.
And just like that, Ivan Pace decides to go ahead and make a play.
One of those transfer guys. And speaking of transfer people, right here, some of your transfer portal quarterbacks.
I mean, all these guys were like, hey, how has the transfer portal worked? All these guys are either leading their team in rushing, leading their conference in rushing, or receiving. The transfer portal has been great for a lot of college football teams this year.
Down the middle in heavy traffic, incomplete. Intended for Rashee Rice. And yeah, that's not just quarterbacks who have transferred. That's everybody. And Rice is going to be whistled here for unsportsmanlike conduct. He and Pace getting into it a little bit.
Oh, man. These guys are getting heated out there. And that's two of the best players on both sides of the ball. You're going to see Rice right here on the ground. Oh, he's trying to pick him up. Hit him in the head like, hey, nice job. But Rashee Rice wants none of that. He said he don't want no sauce on his thing.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 11 of the offense. Also, after the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 0 of the defense. That yardage will offset. The down counts as third down.
Wow.
You know what? To watch that again, it looked like Pace.
That is each player's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
Looked like Pace was trying to help him up.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's patting him or not. And, of course, we're not privy to what the conversation was down in the field either. Mordecai trying to pull down the sidelines and incomplete, intended for Curley. Raekwon Bush was the DB on the job, and he was the guy that had that interception in the first quarter. So it'll be fourth down now for SMU. They'll punt.
Yeah, so I'll address that play right there on 3rd and 19. Mordecai, he's missing high and being off target when he gets extremely wide with his base. When you go back to that play with two of the best players on the field with Ivan Pace and Rashee Rice, I don't think that Pace was trying to do anything there.
Okay.
But Rashee Rice is frustrated today. He hasn't had the type of game that he really wants to have. He had a drop earlier in the game, but he can't take that out on the defense. He's got to take it out on the field with how he performs.
Been battling injuries this year too with that turf toe. Punt goes out of bounds. It's going to be good starting field position on this drive. 39-yard punt. Here's one more look at what happened.
Right there, he kind of drives him. Other guy drives him to the ground. He pats him on the head, tries to help him up, and then he pushes him. Uncalled for, guys.
Wanted. Full-time fans.
Jar, ask us if you want a cookie. And the next time it happens, hey, they're getting in trouble. Whether you're a timeout or a spanking type of parent, you can't get your hand caught in the cookie jar twice. They told him, hey, don't do this. They came back, did it again. I think the refs, who are much maligned in college football, did a great job handling that situation.
Amen.
False start. Offense, number 19. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And guys, there it is again. Shift by the defensive line of SMU. Get Cincinnati's offensive line to jump off sides. It's great defense if you ask me.
Yeah.
Hey.
Perfectly legal, right?
If it's working,
You
don't
explained
stop.
it to me. Yep. 1st and 15. They shift again, and boy, what a great move by McClellan to make one guy miss. Made 2 more miss, and his forward progress is going to give him a 7 or 8 yard pickup on the play. Nice move by Charles McClellan. Hey, Saturday Night Football game. Number 16 Penn State looking to bounce back against Minnesota. Coming up tonight at 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. 2nd down and 7 to go. Bryant with a clean pocket and takes off. Got down safely at the 47-yard line, setting up a 3rd down and 2 to go now for Cincinnati. A 6-yard pickup. What do you like in terms of a play call here, Robert? Is it McClellan time?
Yeah, it's McClellan time. They've been running the ball extremely well, and it's been a combination of McClellan making plays like he did a play ago, making guys miss when they have free runners, and also their offensive line opening up great holes for him. But one thing I want to see is Ben Bryant get down sooner than he did just then. He's coming off with a concussion in their previous game. You don't need to take that unnecessary hit.
Wiley in motion. They're going to throw it. And it's going to be caught complete to Jaden Thompson. Kept his feet in bounds. Boy, that was precise. He had a 28-yard touchdown catch against South Florida a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's just a nice pass by Ben Bryant, and there's Jaden Thompson getting his feet in. Let's see if he stayed in the entire time. Yep, that's a catch, people.
18-yard gain. They're going to take a look at it.
Uh-oh.
The ruling on the field of a completed catch is under further video review.
They got up to the line of scrimmage quickly, but this time the whistle blown, and they're going to take a look.
If you remember in the first half, they had a play where we thought wasn't a catch. And right now, the tempo didn't work for him this time. So we'll get back. We'll get that ruling. See if his knee or hip were out of bounds before he could complete the catch.
The Audi 2022 MLS Cup playoff.
On the field stands. The pass is complete. Cincinnati has it 1st down and 10 from the 29. Ben Bryant, the guy that began at Cincinnati, transferred to Eastern Michigan, played a season, came back, and won the job over Evan Prater. Trey Tucker in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Down the sideline. Incomplete, intended for Wiley. Broken up nicely by Jimmy Phillips. One of the leaders of that defense for SMU.
You know, people talk about eye candy and the shifts and motions, and they had it all on this play. But Wiley, trying to make this catch over Jimmy Phillips, already stepped out of bounds before the ball even got to him, and then that's a drop. Now, Josh Wiley is a really, really great football player. They haven't incorporated him into the offense as much this year, but right there, he's first got to make sure he stays in bounds before the ball comes to him in order so he can actually have a chance to make a play.
2nd and 10 as a result. Wiley in motion again, now sets. Handoff is to McClellan. Man, for his diminutive size, 5'11", 200, he breaks some tackles. He picked up 7. Giving you some quality yards after contact. 3rd down and 3, Q.
McClellan's from Homerville, Georgia. It's southern Georgia, which is really outside of Cincinnati's bread and butter radius. They thrive on a 300-mile radius from Cincinnati. But McClellan was an SEC recruit to play corner. Wanted to play running back, so he's here at Cincy.
Making a nice contribution to 13 rushes for 125 yards so far. Bearcats looking at a pivotal 3rd and 3. Bryant sacked, and they're going to lose about 3 yards. Brandon Crossley read that well.
Oh my. I don't understand the call there. Listen, you got Josh Wiley, a 6'6", 250-pound tight end, who's been great in his time at Cincinnati. So what do you decide to do on 3rd and 3? Yeah, let's run Ben Bryant. The guy's not known for his fleet-footedness. I know you might be able to catch a defense off guard, but they already shut down a quarterback draw in the red zone. I don't know why you're trying to run Ben Bryant on 3rd and 3 in that situation. It makes no sense to me.
Here's Ryan Coe again. This one up and good from 44 yards out. And it's 3 more on the board, 26-14. Let's go back to the studio.
All right, guys, got to update you on what's going on here. UT Martin, Tennessee starters are out. We know that. Kansas, Baylor, it's all Baylor on E2. The big story on ABC, DJ Uiagalelei has been pulled from the game in favor of Cade Klubnik, the true freshman. Clemson with the ball moving. Again, DJU out because he struggled. Cade Klubnik in for Clemson.
Wow.
Something significant happening down there in Death Valley.
Now, Mark, I'm a big Cade Klubnik guy.
Right.
I've known him since 2019. He came to a camp of mine, and I got a great relationship with him. But DJ Uiagalelei has been playing really lights-out football this year when people thought he wouldn't. So just because he's struggling in the game against Syracuse, you pull the guy.
You lose him like that?
Yeah, you lose him. Come on, man. Dabo's got to be better than that. He shouldn't have done that to his quarterback.
Agree. Coming from a guy that has won a bunch of games, was the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year and Heisman Trophy winner. Yeah, I think I'll ride with you on that one.
Just with what Dabo's done last year, sticking with DJ, with the tumultuous year that he had, that's the true character of the coach. That's what you want to show your guys, that, hey, I'm not going to give up on you when things get hard. But for DJ to have the year that he's been having, and now just because things get a little murky in a game against an undefeated opponent, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that being a guy I'm a believer in Cade Klubnik.
Sure.
I think Cade Klubnik's going to win a national championship before it's all said and done at Clemson. I just don't like that decision.
And the irony is that for weeks now, Dabo has been really backing nationally, saying how well DJ was playing, that he's got to be considered for Heisman Trophy, that the media should get off his back. And yet, when things go bad, he quickly makes a change.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. Well, speaking of quarterbacks, Tanner Mordecai looking to rev up the engines on this SMU offense. Second team All-American Conference last year. Had an interesting conversation with him yesterday in the football offices. Asked him which quarterbacks he likes to watch, and he cited Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. No shock there, Robert.
Yeah, no shock. And he kind of channeled some Josh Allen last week against Navy on that 60-yard touchdown run.
Hands it off to his back. Kamar Wheaton. There's a flag down at the 25. And Wheaton down back of the 20.
Oh. Yeah, that's definitely holding.
Yeah, it's going to come back.
Holding. Offense. Number 54. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And now for today's Aflac trivia question. Who is the first and who was the most recent SMU player to be elected into the College Football Hall of Fame? I got 2 names right at the top of the list.
Okay.
I'm going to sit on it for a little bit. Let that cook. Let it marinate. Toss into the boundary. Wheaton with good wheels pushed out of bounds at about the 21. Approaching 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Here at SMU under Brett Lashley, the credo is different, same express, different pony.
You sure about that?
Something like that. 2nd and 14. Pulling on their history, leaning in on their history, and boy, it's been that type of day for their offense. Wheaton slips and falls after making a nice catch. It'll be 3rd down coming up.
You know, we got 3rd and 18, right? There's really no call for this type of down and distance. Typically what I've seen on tape is that SMU will go to a screen, either to these 3 receivers down here you see in the bunch, if they're not covered down, or to the running back. But it's not a great call for them.
3rd and 18. Mordecai sacked back at the 11-yard line. They're 1 of 11 now on 3rd down, and Justin Watley, number 34, was the first one to wrap him up. With 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, the Cincinnati defense registering its 5th sack of the day.
Yeah, and really this is just a coverage sack. No one really comes free immediately. They're just continuing to work. Tanner Mordecai has nobody to throw the football to. And I don't quite understand why you drop back 5 steps out of the gun on 3rd and 18. A lot of teams will say you don't want to lose the game in 3rd and long situations. Get the ball out, move it forward, play the field position game. And right there, they lost in multiple ways.
Well, it's the same pony, but a new express for SMU. But same result after that offensive sequence, a punt. Fair catch called to the 49-yard line, a 40-yard punt, nothing on the return. Time now to revisit our Aflac trivia question, which was, who was the first and most recent SMU player to be elected in the College Football Hall of Fame?
Ooh.
Eric Dickerson.
Doak Walker was the first. Eric Dickerson.
Talked about him earlier.
Yeah, we did. With the goggles.
Used to love him with the Rams. Never know whose name's going to pop up in the Aflac trivia question.
I bet we could all see it with those Eric Dickerson goggles, though.
Made him look like a superhero, man.
It really did.
Had that nice shag, that Jerry curl coming out the back of his helmet.
Oh, it was juicy.
False start.
Yeah.
Offense, number 53.
Too much activator in that Jerry curl, Q.
Gigantic shoulder pads, a neck roll sometimes.
Yes.
The Jerry
Yes.
curls, and at 6'3", you couldn't miss him on the VHS because he was a bad man. He was fast, ran straight up, north-south speed.
Hey, Mark, all that activator in those Jerry curls has a lot of those guys bald now.
First and 15. On the run, that's Charles McClellan. Picks up a yard on the play. Stephon Wright making the tackle. I tell you what, if Cincinnati fans probably at one point thought what they would look like post Desmond Ridder, they're 5-1 coming in.
Correct.
And they still do, despite some of their offensive frustrations, have a leg up on the group of 5. Getting into the college football playoff. Over the middle, wide open on cue. Wiley still on his feet and inside the 20.
There you go. Get the ball to Josh Wiley. Look at him. They've got a couple tight ends that are big, physical guys that can run. Bryant scans the field, comes back. There's Wiley, and look at the run up to the catch ability. Oh, got to get him the football more.
35-yard gain, 1st and 10 from the 20. Red zone offense, the key. Bryant pulls complete to Mardner. And a good form tackle on the play in the secondary from Shannon Reed, a 4-yard gain. Mardner with another reception.
Oh, my goodness. Nick Mardner mushed Brandon Crossley, and his boy came in and said, don't you dare treat my brother like that. Great form tackle by Shannon Reed.
5-yard pickup makes it 2nd and 5. Mardner one-on-one into the boundary. Bryant's going to hand it off to McClellan, and nowhere to go up the middle. Shannon Reed with another tackle, the senior out of Fort Myers, Florida. And speaking of Fort Myers, we want to send our continued thoughts and prayers for restoration and refurbishing down there in wake of Hurricane Ian. I have a lot of neighbors down there in Southwest Florida still putting their respective lives back together.
Yeah, Mark, you know, both of us being Florida natives, sometimes people forget just because the news has moved on doesn't mean that people aren't still rebuilding their lives.
3rd and 4, Bryant in the end zone. and incomplete, intended for his tight end, Leonard Taylor. That pass wasn't even in the same area code.
I mean, I don't know who's catching that one, to be quite honest.
And now Tanner Mordecai is going into the tunnel for SMU.
Uh-oh.
That's an interesting development. Got Quint down in the field. Preston Stone is his backup. Here comes Ryan Coe from 31 yards out. Ryan Coe seeing a lot of action today, and not necessarily a great thing in terms of the context of their red zone offense. That's a school record 5th field goal today for him. Tanner Mordecai has taken some hits today, Robert. He's been sacked 5 times.
Yeah, he has. A lot of them have been coverage sacks, but my God, you just don't want your quarterback having to be dealing with these types of hits over and over and over, especially for a guy in Mordecai who likes to let it rip and stand in the pocket. You have to protect him. Your receivers have to get open. But right there, you see the man, Preston Stone. This is a guy that the coaches said they are very, very happy with and excited. So much so that when Rhett Lashley came in, he made Tanner Mordecai, a guy who threw 40 touchdown passes last year, compete with Preston Stone along with every other guy on the roster. They said the only guy that had a starting spot was Rashee Rice.
That was his priority, Lashley, to recruit his own roster, which is commonplace practice when a new coach takes over. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bearcats with the wind at their backs will have it 1st and 10. SMU will from their own 25. Time now for today's Weekend Wake Up, brought to you by Wendy's Breakfast. UCLA, Oregon, a big one in the Pac-12 today. Texas, we saw them last week. They play Oklahoma State. Mississippi State against Alabama. And Penn State taking on Minnesota on ABC. That game also available on the ESPN app.
You know,
so we get our first look at Preston Stone now, Rob.
Oh, yeah. Preston Stone, 6'1", 209-pound freshman from none other than Dallas, Texas. These coaches are excited about his ability as a runner and a thrower.
Throws it on his first one and dropped by Rice. Got to get a little bit more help for the quarterback who's just come in. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
You know, Rashee Rice, like we said, he's the best player on their team, and right now he is not having the best game. He's got to find a way to channel whatever that alpha is inside of him and bring it out, because they need him in this game.
They keep it on the ground this time, and Stone on a quarterback run out to the 40. For more on Rice, let's go to Quinn.
He's a great player. He's a future Sunday player in the NFL, but he's been banged up since the TCU game with turf toe. Okay, he was only cleared to play in this game yesterday at around lunchtime. So he hasn't been practicing. It's not surprising to see the ball pop out of his hands.
Flag down Quinn on the play, and he throws it out of bounds. And that's going to be a hold against SMU.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, number 57, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Excuse me. Hands to the face, that's Ryan Mullaney. One more look at it.
Ryan Mullaney right there. Listen, sometimes these guys get that hand right underneath the chin trying to punk these guys in the running game or in pass protection. But Ryan Mullaney there needed to get them away as fast as possible. You can't hold it there for that long.
Pass complete. This time Rice slides and makes the catch at the 41, picks up 5.
Yeah, the operative word that we've said all day was discipline by Cincinnati. And look at this. They've got 9 penalties for 75 yards today. They're trying to go for that record that they had against Tulsa, which was 11 for 109.
Unfortunately, heading in that direction, McDaniel carries it. Briggs making the stop on the play.
And Mark, you talked about the frustrations of Cincinnati's offense, this is a whole team thing. They're not scoring touchdowns in the red zone. They're not being disciplined on either side of the ball, and they're letting teams hang around.
It's going to be McDaniel again. This time stopped up short of first down. Got no gain. Juwan Briggs again. Incredible strength, number 18, on that defensive line. Arguably the strongest player on that Cincinnati defense, popping out of his uniform right there.
Look at those stretch marks on that jersey, man. That jersey is hanging on for its life.
That's not just a medium jersey he's wearing, right?
I don't think so.
No. Don't tell him I said that.
You know, his defensive coordinator, Mike Trussell, said that he's like the Incredible Hulk of their team. He's a beast on the field and off it. He's a smart, great young man, and they love having him on their team.
4th down and 2. They're going for it. No other choice. Stone, nowhere to go. Got to do something. Oh. And it's incomplete on the lateral. R.J. Maryland couldn't make the catch. It was a forward pass.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Wow, that's the end of the third quarter. And a very indecorous ending to the period for SMU. They'll have the Bearcats take over. 4th down, didn't work. Back for the 4th quarter after this.
When it comes to doing, getting what you need starts with our app. Need it today?
2-time conference champs leading SMU. Bryant fires complete to his number 1 receiver, Trey Tucker, who picks up about 9. And speaking of number 1 receivers, conversely, Rashee Rice, I have a feeling that the Bearcats are living rent-free in his head right now, Robert.
Yeah, listen, Rashee Rice will play on Sundays. He is a really great player. But right now, he's frustrated because he's having all these drops. He's had these penalties called against him. And at the end of the day, he hasn't practiced that much over the last 2 weeks. He is a case of showing you why practicing is important.
Offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Yeah, now Rashee Rice is coming off of a turf toe injury that they said they actually believe it might be something else. Right. He's got 2 catches for 15 yards. If they're going to win this game, right, 14 minutes left in the 4th quarter, it's 29-14, he's got to really dial it in and make some plays for their offense. But right now they're on defense and they got to stop Cincinnati from scoring once again.
2nd and 6. Kiner in the backfield. Bryant looking to pass it. On the out complete, Leonard Taylor makes the catch short of the 1st down. Robert, I like Leonard Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Good looking athlete, speed, agile, has shown the ability to catch the football, block. A couple of touchdowns on the season. Cincinnati with a history of good tight ends. There's a Kelsey guy in the NFL that's not bad, right?
What? Kelsey? Oh, I think we know him. He'll be in the Hall of Fame soon. But I would like to see Cincinnati utilize their tight ends vertically down the field a little bit more. I know that's not been Bryant's strength, but at the end of the day, they have so much talent on the outside. They have to find a way to get them the ball.
3rd and 4, trying to stay on the field. Bryant, they convert on the 3rd down to Mardner. The big target, imposing target at 6'6", picks up 10 and moves the chains.
I mean, Mark, these guys could field a basketball team if you ask me. Nick Mardner, 6'6", Josh Wiley, 6'6", Leonard Taylor, 6'5". But as you always say, most of these guys that are that tall that end up playing football, well, what's the reason?
Because they got a broken jump shot, man. The jumper just won't fall. Be a nice small ball lineup, though.
The Warriors are interested.
Yes. Mardner be your small ball 5. Ryan Montgomery in the backfield on 1st down and 10. Gonna hand it off to Montgomery. Great burst. Cuts to his left. Good move, and man, he put some sauce on Brandon Crossley. Picked up 12.
Ryan Montgomery, you're going to see him take the snap here, and then what he's going to do is he's going to cross up Crossley. Listen, it's in his name. That was an easy one. But you want to talk about Sauce Gardner?
Right.
Right? Ryan Montgomery right there had all the sauce on that run. And I got something for you after this play because that number 22 is very significant today.
First and 10. Here's number 22. What's Deuce's got? What do you mean, Robert? Tell me the story. What is it?
So today is 10, 22, 22.
Right.
Right. And 22 is an angel number, which represents harmony and serenity. And it sends a message of finding balance in one's life. Ryan Montgomery on that previous run showed you all the balance that you need.
Namaste.
Yes, sir.
Namaste. I like that. Bryant trying to spin on 22s. Found his man, but it's dropped. Martiner couldn't squeeze it to his own disbelief.
Oh, my goodness. Mark, are you going to take it back to Canada now?
Man, that is a tough one to let go.
We were just talking about Ben Bryant pushing the ball down the field, and then he does it, drops a dime on him, and Nick Martiner becomes a martyr in the middle of the end zone.
Wow.
I can't believe it. You couldn't deliver it better than that.
Third down and 10. Taking another shot down the sidelines in traffic. And that one was almost picked off at the 5-yard line, and a flag down as well. Q?
His hands were as cold as Canada.
Wow.
Dang.
I mean, that was a tremendous.
Defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
But nobody can catch. We've seen a lot of drops today. Early in the game, a pick right there wouldn't have counted, but that pick was dropped.
Q, do you think it was the wind? It's windy down there. You think it was the wind at all?
No, that one he had such a good look at. I think you start thinking too much instead of it playing, in the flow and playing free.
His teammates trying to build him back up right now.
Guys,
on the sidelines.
That throw was so good. Jaden Thompson almost had a chance to catch it too. Off the drop.
Looking at 3rd and 5. And they're not going to get the first down. Let's go back to the studio. 4th coming up.
All right, guys, IHG Hotels and Resort Studio update time. Cade Klubnik led Clemson to a touchdown on his first drive. Gives it to Shipley here on his second drive. And just like that, Klubnik 2 for 2 with possession. Gives Clemson the lead 24-21.
Looking like Christian McCaffrey there.
Yeah, I mean.
4th down here.
Cade Klubnik's a great player. We all know that.
What do you like in terms of a play call here, Robert, on 4th down? 4 to go.
4th and 4. To be quite honest, they should kick the field goal. But I would still try to get the ball to Josh Wiley.
Bryant kicking into the wind. It would be. Got the first down. Found his man, Chris Scott. Knew exactly where that first down marker was, and now they move the chains.
Yeah, they did a nice job using Josh Wiley, running him vertical down the field to open up that space for Chris Scott. And when you talk about the field goal possibly on that 4th down, kicking into the wind, I just watched the guy do a kickoff, and he kicked it to the 5-yard line because the wind kind of stopped it from going there. I still think he could have kicked that into the wind successfully because he has such a strong leg.
He's made 5 already today. That shift again from the Mustangs defense. They hand it off to Kiner. And Kiner with nowhere to go. Stopped up right at the line of scrimmage by Levelston. Out of DeSoto, Texas. You've been giving me a wonderful education on Texas geography. Where is DeSoto?
This man put me on the spot and asked me to describe where DeSoto is in Dallas. But what I do know about DeSoto is that they have some great football players that come out of there.
Yes.
A lot of people remember Dallas Carter back in the day.
Yes.
And because that school got split up, you've seen schools like Duncanville and DeSoto really take off. Texas has no shortage of supreme talent.
2nd and 10. Bryant with all day. And incomplete. Intended for Jaden Thompson. Hey, the next stop on the Formula One schedule is the Aramco U.S. Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Speaking of Texas, I know where Austin is, Robert. 3 Eastern tomorrow afternoon. Our pre-race coverage begins at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific on ABC and the ESPN app. As we roll along here in Dallas.
Aw, look at this guy.
Grass everywhere. 9:20 to go. Pitch into the boundary to Montgomery. Well, that is a angelic number 22, but nothing angelic about that play for him, as Isaiah Smith, one of the tacklers there for SMU, Ryan Montgomery, with nowhere to go.
Yeah, you talk about setting the edge, but Isaiah Smith right there captured it, going outside with the running back. And then you got Jalen Samuels, their number 11, who's been making plays all day long. They need to get him on the field a little bit more. I feel like he can handle more of the load than they're saying that he can.
Yeah, great play. Great point. So here we go on 4th down again. Place kicker Ryan Coe, who's made 5 today, stays on the sidelines. They'll go for it again on 4th and 14. They've got to get down to the 12.
Yeah, it looks like they were just trying to draw him off sides there.
They're going to call a timeout. They've got 2 remaining, leading by 15 points. Trying to make it 19 straight conference wins when we come back.
Meet Ring Alarm. It's the home protecting, easy install.
Area, Texas, number 20, Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans, and Texas Rangers. The talk and the snapshot of sports here.
Is bigger better? Is that what we're asking here?
You grew up in this state.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Texas, and football is king here. I know some of my teammates in high school that had more fans at their high school games than they did at their Division II and Division III schools.
From 44, it's blocked! Never got it up in the air. Ryan Coe had his snuffed. And on the return, Brian Massey, as SMU keeps their hopes alive with a block punt on special teams.
My, oh my. Down 15, still a 2-score game. Struggled to pick that one up for a long time there on that block, but.
And Ryan Coe right there is a little bit injured, limping to the sidelines. One more look.
Hey, looks like it was DeVere Levelston that got the big paw up. And then Massey took a long time to pick the ball up, but then when he got going, he got going.
Well,
that's just a big play for SMU to keep those points off the board and make it a 2-score game still.
Last time they got a big play, a couple of plays later, they cashed out with a touchdown. This is Preston Stone in traffic, and a nice catch made by the tight end, Ben Redding. He high-pointed that. Woo! The 6-year senior with a big grab, and he picks up 18.
And that was a huge play over the top of Deshaun Pace, one of those pacemakers that we talked about at the beginning of the game that really are the heart and soul of this defense. That's a big-time play for Ben Redding, who's a 6th-year senior and waited his time to get an opportunity to go out and play, to make plays just like that.
From the 44, Preston Stone tried the old back shoulder pass and incomplete. Intended for Roderick Daniels Jr. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
One thing you're seeing from Preston Stone that we haven't seen all day from either quarterback is the extreme mobility. The guy's not afraid to get out, get jiggy with it, try to make plays happen. And some of these SMU players aren't used to that because that wasn't necessarily Tanner Mordecai's game. But I feel like they're adjusting quick, and he's added a spark to this offense.
TJ McDaniel in the backfield, and he gets the call. McDaniel going to pick up about 3. Tackled by Corleone. Redshirt freshman out of Cincinnati. Luke Fickell says that a lot of his success and the way that they're going to sustain that success is by recruiting, quote, the state of Cincinnati. That radius around Cincinnati that is so bountiful and so fruitful and so prolific in producing high-quality football players. 3rd down and 6. Down the sidelines and incomplete. He was working against Shepard. Tried to find Jordan Curley, and it's 4th down.
The Bearcats' footprint, as you said, Mark, 300-mile radius outside of Cincy, which includes some big-time cities, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Indianapolis, and Detroit. And now as they segue into the Big 12, a Power 5, this is a group of 5 taking the giant leap to the Power 5. It's going to test their recruiting strength in that region.
It'll be interesting to see how that shakes out moving forward. Little blitz coming. But he delivers a strike. Forward progress going to be marked at about the 32-yard line to Rice, who squeezed that for the first down.
And would you look at that, Mark, the guy we said needed to step up for him, who hasn't had a great day, makes the play. What a throw by Preston Stone, trusting his superstar receiver, even though he's been a little off today.
Got 9 to move the chains. Approaching 6.5 to play. Down by 15. Pressure off the edge again. Man coverage, got a man and overshot him. It was Rice again, who seemed to hesitate, Robert. I'm not sure.
Man, Rice can run, but he doesn't run like Tyreek Hill. Okay? Not a lot of guys do. So when you watch him get off the ball here, he wins immediately, and he gets held a little bit right there by Jaquan Shepard. I guess he was trying to herd some sheep right there and make sure he kept Rashee Rice within striking distance. The refs missed that one.
Had a handful of jersey. Daniels in motion. They hand it off up the middle of Levine, and Levine took some smoke, and there's a flag in the ensuing action. A 7-yard gain. That was Pace, who's been quite loquacious and talkative in this game. Let's take a look. It wasn't the talk, it was the hand.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 0. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Is that not his second? Personal foul.
Yeah, I don't think Ivan Pace liked the fact that Tyler Levine made him use that neck roll. He popped his head back on that hit. That was his second personal foul.
1st and 10. Stone looking into the end zone, and incomplete, intended for Upshaw. He'll get another shot, 2nd and 10 with 6:08 to go. So Preston Stone, if you're just joining us, came on in relief of Tanner Mordecai a couple of series ago when Mordecai went into the locker room to be tended to by the athletic training staff. They go trips left. Stone hands it off to Levine, and Levine took a hit from Briggs, the incredible Hulk, with an incredible hit.
Oh my.
3-yard gain, and man, he earned it.
Hey, Ivan Pace said, listen, I got that flag. You hit me hard, I'm going to come back and hit you harder. Briggs does have him locked up, but right there, ooh! Ivan Pace Jr. made him feel every bit of that pace.
3rd and 7. Blitz coming, and they get to him for the sack. Another Bearcat sack. Ivan Pace is playing like a man possessed. Relentless and ruthless right now, and shaken up too.
He's a little shaken up. You see him there. But that is exactly why we made Ivan Pace and Deshaun Pace, the Pace brothers, keys at the beginning of this game. He's right here in the middle. He had 6 sacks coming into the game, and they have 6 sacks in this game. He's a big part of it, because everything that they do game plan wise is around his ability to rush the passer.
And he's going to come off the field here. He was stretching his calves out. Whenever you see athletes pull their toes like that, a lot of times in this kind of heat, it could be that, amongst other things.
Yeah, they got him drinking the water right there. You see the Gatorade bottle. Even when the heat index doesn't say it's that hot, that Texas heat hits different, Mark.
Yeah, I go by Q. If Q's got a lather on the sidelines, then it's hot, because he usually stays pretty cool.
It feels 85 plus. I mean, these sport grass surfaces are killer because the sun comes up and bounces off and gets you in the face. So it feels like it's 90s. I'm sweating pretty good, Jonesy. I got to admit it.
See, that means it's hot. And it's hot now for SMU. 4th down, 14 to go. Trying to convert and stay alive. Stone up in the air. Caught, Uncle Karam. Touchdown, Stangs. There's a flag down, though. Let's wait and see.
Pass interference. Defense, number 11. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
So the touchdown stands. The pass caromed into the arms.
And he's going to his main man, Rashee Rice. And all the young quarterbacks out there, always give your guy a chance. And hustle pays off. Effort is between you and you. R.J. Maryland was Johnny on the spot, making the play to keep the Stangs in business.
After all that, SMU is one score away from tying this up. Not quite the immaculate reception, but a little bit of a miracle on homecoming weekend. Back with the finish after this. Because we got a nice finish coming up. 8-point margin. SMU with a magical touchdown a moment ago. Plenty of butter and salt on that bucket. 5:09 to play. Now keep in mind that SMU has lost 3 straight to Cincinnati. The Bearcats will have it first and 10. This job's a lot of fun. I ain't gonna lie.
Get your popcorn ready,
and
baby.
we're part of how much is consumed in the Dallas area. The most anywhere. Back after this break.
These two right here. Big matchup. Big matchup next week. But it's only big if they win today. And when you talk about Cincinnati, this is a moment for them to show their dominance. Show that they can finish the football game even though they have not played all 4 quarters well.
Cincinnati going to keep it on the ground on first and 10. McClellan, who's gone for over $1 today, picks up about 2. Had a couple of touchdown runs a couple of weeks ago against South Florida, and looks like they've got one of their offensive linemen shaken up on this play. And in the meantime, the American Conference has a little bit of news. We'll tell you about it on the other side and hopefully get a report from Quint. Back with more after this.
An app if the current game hasn't finished in time.
All right, back here, 4:49 to go, 2nd and 8 for the Bearcats. Trying to stay undefeated in conference play. A look into the eyes of Ben Bryant. He'll hand it off to Kiner. And tough sledding for Kiner, who gains about 1 yard. Well, the AAC is on ESPN Plus, and here are some of our featured events. Men's and women's cross country championships Friday morning. Coverage begins 10 Eastern time. Plus, with college basketball season coming up, 120 men's games, 160 women's games to look forward to. If you're an AAC fan, you got to have it. Sign up today at plus.espn.com or download the ESPN app.
Mark, is my guy using a steel bottle as a pillow?
I guess he's not feeling any pain then.
Oh my goodness.
That doesn't seem comfortable. And how comfortable has Ben Bryant on 3rd and 7? A bounce pass incomplete, 4th and long. They'll punt, and SMU will have an opportunity with plenty of time here.
Well, Mark, right there, Ben Bryant was playing the wrong sport. I know we've been talking about basketball today, but you don't bounce pass it to your wide receivers. And if you're offensive coordinator Gino Gaduli, I understand that you want to work time off the clock, but going run pass there doesn't give your quarterback an opportunity to get in rhythm with a big 3rd down coming up. So now it's up to that Cincinnati defense and the Pace brothers to shut down this SMU offense.
Fletcher with the punt into the wind, and it hangs up there and gets a very auspicious bounce for the Bearcats. It rolls all the way down to about the 17-yard line. So the Mustangs 83 yards away. Rashee Rice with a couple of big plays on that last drive. And there's one. And then they tried to hit him, but it bounced into the arms of R.J. Maryland in the end zone to bring them to within a score, Robert.
You know, Mark, it's almost as if anybody that was close to or around Rashee Rice was going to get a catch. Ben Redding had a catch right next to him. R.J. Maryland, the other tight end, had a catch right next to him. And then you can see the stats of Tanner Mordecai versus Preston Stone when they were in the football game. Mordecai is still one of the top quarterbacks in all of college football, but Preston Stone has shown well for himself in his outing.
Out of the shotgun. Stone on the move. Talked about his agility and great discernment throwing it away. You know, SMU just seemed like a natural place for that young man to attend school. Highly acclaimed coming out of high school. Had several Power 5 offers from big-time schools, including Alabama. And he decided that this was a great family situation for him. His brother Parker played wide receiver here. His dad graduated from SMU. And on homecoming weekend, when it's about those old alumni relationships, boy, wouldn't it be great if he could author a great comeback here. 2nd and 10. Batted down to the line of scrimmage. Ivan Pace back in the ball game. Got those hands up and knocked it down. He has been relentless.
He has showed up time and time again. And the reason that he's even in this position, guys, is because he's spying the quarterback. He did it on the last play. As soon as Preston Stone broke the pocket, he was right there on him. And right there, he's showing like he's going to blitz, and he backs out waiting for Preston Stone to make a move.
Got a flag down to the play, a free one for the offense. It's caught, and that's going to be a first down. Rice. Rashee Rice all the way out to the 35. And that time it looked like Pace was a little overzealous. 17-yard gain. Here's the call.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Offside, defense number 0. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 97. That 15-yard penalty they added to the end of the run, automatic first down.
Wow, it's going to put the ball at midfield.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah.
No gray area there.
He had a step and hit him in the face mask. No gray area on that roughing the passer. And nice job by Preston Stone getting the defense to jump off sides.
Discipline. Luke Fickell keeps coming back to that word, discipline. 12 penalties, 107 yards today. And a free pass out to midfield for the Mustangs. They hand it off to Levine, Tyler Levine, 5'11" out of Cedar Park, Texas. Our Saturday night football game, number 16 Penn State taking on Minnesota tonight, 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. 2nd and 5. Stone flushed out, thought about running, looks down, and picked off at the 15. There was contact and a flag. And still on his feet, Javon Hicks.
Oh.
But will this stand?
It shouldn't.
He went over the back of the intended receiver. But is that interference?
Mark, it wasn't even that he went over his back, it's that he pushed him right before he went to make the catch.
Let's see if it counts.
So you're going to see Preston Stone make this throw, and right there, that little push, right before he goes to make the catch, is what you see.
Defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, great call. It looked different from our vantage point.
Now at home, you might think to yourself, hey, that was nothing. It was barely a little smidgen of a push. But you try running full speed on a football field and have somebody come behind you and push you just ever so slightly. It affects everything that you can do. It throws you off. You're not able to adjust to the catch or anything like that. Javon Hicks honestly didn't even need to do that. He probably could have made that play without the push. But hey, once again, discipline, penalties coming to bite Cincinnati in the butt.
From the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Preston Stone in the ball game in relief of Tanner Mordecai. Left the game late in the 3rd quarter. Stone, a dart incomplete. broken up by Shepard, trying to get it to Rice again. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Good defense by Shepard.
Yeah, Jaquan Shepard knows, hey, once we get past 10 yards, I got to get my eyes back to the quarterback, because both these quarterbacks are forcing the football to Rashee Rice, and I understand why. But there's going to be one-on-one matchups all over the field, and they have to try to exploit some of those for the rest of this game.
Rice with 4 catches for 41 yards today. 2nd and 10. He's going to keep it himself. Stone picks up the 1st down at about the 20-yard line. There's the mobility that you alluded to a moment ago, a dimension perhaps that Mordecai doesn't have to that extent, Robert.
Exactly.
And another Cincinnati player shaken up.
You're going to see it. Just a zone read. Hey, he comes down. Whoop, I'm going to go on the outside. He can't run with me. Are you serious? The guy's got one sleeve on his leg, and whenever you see that, you know that man can get jiggy with it on the outside.
11-yard gain on the play.
But the best thing I've seen from Preston Stone as we see the injured player down on the field is his decisiveness. Every decision that he makes, he's making it full speed. If he's throwing the ball to Rashee Rice or one of these other guys, he's throwing it as hard as he possibly can. He's not coming out there and just trying to, form shoot some free throws. He's saying, I'm going to flick the wrist, I'm going to knock it down, and I'm going to do everything that I have to do with confidence. And that is probably why Rhett Lashley loved him in our meetings.
Well, this SMU team lost 3 games to Maryland. And then after that, a tough one against their former head coach, Sonny Dykes. And on the heels of that, they got thumped by UCF, 41-19, and then bouncing back and defeating Navy.
Head coach Rhett Lashley, as you see right there in the middle of your screen, told us that this team is battle tested. They haven't passed every test.
Okay.
But they do know that they can hang. And there's something to say about that. In previous years, maybe they went throughout the whole year and it was a breeze. And when they got to that very tough game, they didn't really know if they had what it took. But they've had these types of games where they've had to claw for 60 minutes. And they haven't always come out on top. Beating Navy last week was big for them. If they beat Cincinnati today, that would be monumental.
On the jet sweep, they hand it off to Dixon. Mucci knocked out of bounds right near the 1st down line. And a late hit. There's a flag down.
Oh.
Mucci Dixon, who turned the corner and got close to the 1st down. I tell you what, even if this isn't a penalty, Luke Fickell's going to have a lot of video to show his team again to talk about discipline. Q?
I'm right in the mix, boys, and that's 4 to 5 yards out of bounds. Cincinnati continuing to play after the whistle, throwing the SMU ball carrier down to the turf and decapitate, taking his helmet off. This can be a half the distance penalty, another one against Cincinnati.
Number 13, half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
That's going to go against Van Fossen, Q. You're right.
Oh, I can see the steam heat rising off of Luke Fickell's forehead right now. This is not what he wanted from his team. He said they needed to be more consistent. They needed to execute better. They needed more discipline. Their self-scout was, hey, we have way too many penalties. Yeah. And they came out after the bye week and had even more.
Levine in the backfield. Stone keeps it, got hit, and fell forward about 2 feet from the end zone. 2nd and goal coming up. They're going to go quick.
Yeah, that was a nice cutback on that run.
Preston Stone hands it off this time. Levine. Touchdown, Mustangs.
And they got to go for 2.
Got to go for 2 here.
Wow.
Once again, the Bearcats unable to put away their opponent. And for Levine, that's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, 10th of his career.
Yeah, he just bully balled himself in. Look at that. Oh, my Lord. He put number 96 on his highlight reel. Dominique Perry doesn't want to see Levine. And we've seen some great Levines here at SMU. And he's showing you that they all run with authority.
Trying to tie the game up here. Stone rolls out under heat. Pace almost got him. Incomplete in the end zone. No flag intended for Daniels. So it's still a 2-point deficit for the Mustangs with 1:57 to go. They've got 2 timeouts remaining.
Really, really nice job of Cincinnati passing this off. It looked like they were in man coverage. They did a nice job passing off the bunch with the motion going out there. The plan was to get the ball to Roderick Daniels Jr. in the flat quickly. That didn't happen. And then, hey, when it's a second reaction play, you just got to plaster, man. Everybody's got to cover somebody. They did a nice job making that a contested catch.
Tell you what, Preston Stone has done a very admirable job since coming into the ball game. It's been a tough knock day for both teams, some hard feelings, but you know what, at the end of the day, game respects game. Hook a brother up, HBO, right?
Yeah, help a brother out right there. A little bit of Ivan Pace showing that, hey, some of these plays that you've seen aren't the character or who I really am.
Love that.
Let me pick this guy up, even though it's been pretty testy all game. I think that's big on Ivan Pace, and I think it's big on Preston Stone to make sure he reacts the right way.
So we're talking onside kick here, right? With 1:57 to go if you're SMU?
Yes.
See what kind of bounce they get here. Colin Rogers got a good bounce. It's loose and retrieved by the Bearcats. Number 80, Chris Scott, they're starting, or not starting, but one of their core of wide receivers. Fielded that cleanly off the high bounce. And 2 timeouts remaining for SMU is all that they can hang their hat on now with 1:55 to go.
You know, on that onside, they just needed Peruna to have a couple more droppings to get that ball to bounce the way they needed it to.
No, they had the cleanup crew on, I think, at halftime to fix that up. So here we go. If you're Ben Bryant, what are you thinking now in terms of executing the game plan? Is it strictly just handing it off?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what Gino Guidugli is going to do. At the end of the day, they need to finish the game with the ball in their hands. 1:55 left in the game. SMU only has 2 timeouts. Very unlikely that SMU is going to be able to overcome this unless Cincinnati does something to hurt themselves.
Kiner on the handoff. Off the left side of that offensive line, running over Jeremy Cooper. And James Tunstall picked up a yard on the play.
Timeout. SMU. That is their second. It'll be 30
SMU
seconds.
burns the second of 3 timeouts. They've got 1 remaining. And this seems to be a little bit of the, you know, the way of operating for Cincinnati this year. Playing games in a manner where they're not exactly blowing out their opponents, Robert, but doing enough to win, which is why they're 5-1 coming in. How do they close this one out now?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they've let teams hang around that shouldn't hang around with them with the talent that they have on both sides of the football. And that just comes down to them having to put together 4 great quarters, be disciplined, not have the penalties. I'm telling you right now, Luke Fickell's going to have a conversation with his team that's largely going to be composed around, we can't have this. This is what our program has become known for. And if you're not going to do that, you have to get out of here.
2nd and 9 out of the timeout. They keep it on the ground with Kiner. Got another yard on the play, so 3rd down and about 8.
Timeout. SMU. That is their 3rd charge timeout.
And the Mustangs burn their 3rd and final timeout with 1:46 to go. But I tell you what, Coach Fickell can keep the broadcast copy and show it to his team and use it as an illustration of the penalties, an inordinate amount of them throughout the course of the afternoon, and come back to revisit his theme of discipline.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's the only reason that SMU has truly been in this game. Yes, Preston Stone has come in and played well and led the team all the way back. But all these penalties is what have kept these offensive drives going. And a lot of times coaches, they had 14 penalties.
Wow.
For 128 yards. Right down here at the bottom. That's today. That's the most they've had in the last three games. Coaches will show their players a cut-up of, hey, game time situations. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're not going to do. He doesn't even have to do that next week. He can just show them this game and say, if we want to be the team that we want to be, win the American Conference Championship, and also go to a New Year's Six Bowl, we can't have games like this.
Bryant on the screen. They're going to get the first down, complete to Wiley. Mr. Clutch, extremely reliable and durable over the years. Josh Wiley, and that should just about do it. You would think, if you're Cincinnati, they might have just put this game on ice. What a tremendous play call and execution. Discipline not sold separately on that one.
Yeah, that's game. You know, that's game, set, and match for Cincinnati. They won another game the way they've won a lot of their games this year. Not the most disciplined outing, not perfect on either side of the football, but they did just enough to come away with the victory. And I guess if you're the good team, you find a way to win. It's always easier to coach when you have a W next to your name. These guys got to clean it up.
Well, they got a tough one, a daunting challenge next week against UCF down in Central Florida in Orlando.
Well, the good news for Cincinnati's defense is this is the 4th time this season they've held an opponent under 100 yards rushing. They also did it with Indiana, Miami of Ohio, and Tulsa. But I want to give a special shout out to a special fan.
Yes.
From SMU, a guy by the name of Paul Lane. From the time that he was in school until he passed away a few months ago, went to 542 straight games. And I learned that being out amongst the fans at homecoming before the game. We just want to pay homage to him, and the fans here absolutely love him. We just want to make sure we give him our condolences.
SMU will fall to 3-4, while Cincinnati improves to 6-1 and 3-0 in American Conference play, remaining perfect in league play with a 29-27 win against SMU. Their 19th consecutive conference win. That ties the conference record. And who else do they hold it with? UCF, the team they play next week down in Orlando. So a great showdown between those two coming up. Our final score once again, Cincinnati. The Bearcats win it 29-27. Yeah, they kept the right pace today with the Pace brothers. Folks, stay tuned for Wisconsin and Purdue. That's coming up next.